안녕하세요. 오늘은 2020년 5월 18일 PBS 뉴스를 소개합니다. 미국의 공영방송사 PBS가 SAT와 AP 시험을 주관하는 컬리지 보드에 질문을 보냈습니다. 지난주, 즉 2020년 5월 11일부터 5월 15일에 처음 시행한 온라인 AP 시험에 대해 많은 불만이 있어 이에 대한 응답을 요청한 것입니다. PBS 뉴스 앵커 주디 우드루프는 보통 하이스쿨 주니어, 즉 11학년 학생들은 봄 시즌에 대학 입시의 본격적인 준비를 시작한다고 말했습니다. 그 준비는 바로 SAT와 ACT 시험, 그리고 AP 시험을 보는 것이죠. 2020년 5월 11일부터 5월 15일 사이에 200만 명 이상의 학생들이 AP 시험을 봤습니다. 하지만 올해 처음으로 AP 시험이 온라인으로 시행되며 수천 명의 학생들이 시스템 결함으로 인해 답안을 제출하지 못했다고 PBS 앵커는 말했습니다. PBS는 시스템의 결함으로 인해 제출하지 못했다고 언급했습니다만 PBS가 컬리지 보드의 AP 시험에 관한 여러 불만에 대해 응답을 요청한 결과 컬리지 보드는 시스템이 다운된 것이 아니며 답안을 제출하지 못한 학생들에게 개인화된 이메일 주소를 부여할 것이라고 응답했습니다. 또한 이 이메일 주소를 이용해서 시험에 대해 응답할 수 있게 하겠다고 답변했습니다. 5월 11일에서 5월 15일 사이에 온라인 AP 시험에 문제가 있었던 학생은 6월에 재응시할 수 있다고 합니다. 컬리지 보드가 AP 시험을 집에서 보도록 운영한 데 대해 더 많은 비판이 있습니다. 컬리지 보드는 1% 미만의 학생들만이 시험 답안을 제출하지 못했다고 말했고 그 학생들은 다음 달에 재시험을 볼 수 있습니다. 컬리지 보드는 또한 시험을 시작하기 전에 구체적인 지침을 제시했다고 말합니다. 하지만 일부 학부모와 비평가들은 컬리지 보드가 얼마나 많은 학생들이 온라인 시험 당일 시스템에 의해 영향을 받았는지 투명하게 밝히지 않았다고 주장합니다. 일부는 학생들이 재시험을 치러야 하는 데 대해 화가 난 상태입니다. PBS가 코로나 바이러스가 대학 지원자들의 대입 자격 시험을 어떻게 바꾸고 있는지 살펴봤습니다. 이 사건은 내년 5월에 하이스쿨을 졸업하는 클래스 오브 2021과 그 이후에 고등학교 졸업과 대학 진학 예정인 학생들이 이러한 대학 입학 관련 시험에 대해 무엇을 해야 할지 여러 가지 질문을 불러일으킵니다. 미래의 대학 지원자를 둔 가정에 도움이 되는 뉴스입니다. 뉴스 후반부에 한국에서 오자마자 미국의 고등학교에 진학한 학생의 인터뷰도 짧게 나옵니다. 그럼 뉴스를 보시겠습니다.
How the coronavirus is changing the calculus for college hopefuls.
Schools are closed, classes are online, students around the country have been forced to make adjustments. One unanticipated change during this pandemic, canceled college admissions tests.
It's given me a lot of anxiety not knowing that I can take this test or when I'll be able to take it.
In Alexandria, Virginia, Bridget Adu-Wadier had planned to take the SAT for the first time this spring at her high school. Now she worries rescheduling the test won't be easy.
My family doesn't have a car, so figuring out public transportation and bus routes and train routes, especially when the testing location is in a different city several miles away, it's really complicated and the costs do add up.
Annette Rooney from Salt Lake City was hoping to take the ACT a second time to improve on her score and have a better shot at top-tier schools.
I am a person that likes to get things done ahead of time, and so I wanted to get my college applications done by the end of summer. And now that I don't have scores that I feel good about, it's like, when am I gonna be able to send in my applications?
New SAT testing dates and sites have been added in the fall, according to David Coleman, CEO of the College Board, which administers the test.
Many students today take the SAT during the spring, during the school day. That's about 700,000 students who missed that chance. We've also said if school doesn't reopen, that we will provide an SAT at home just as we're providing the AP exams at home.
The College Board redesigned its advanced placement tests so students could take them online this month. But critics argue that an online format for the APs and SATs will only exacerbate inequalities. David Coleman acknowledges the challenges.
Some students have lost family members. Some students are in crowded homes. This is not a time to simply look at a measure and judge someone. It's only part of the puzzle.
Tamir Harper founded the nonprofit Herb Ed in Philadelphia and says schools should stop relying on the SAT altogether.
The test was not made for Black and brown students and students of lower economic status. It is 100% unfair.
Do you view this pandemic in a way as a wake-up call to these institutions of higher learning to see the inequities that have been laid bare?
I think it's highlighting inequities across the board, from healthcare to work, even to education. While it's very tragic, it's doing something that will hopefully change the way we look at education.
Now, dozens of colleges and universities like Cornell, Williams, and the entire University of California system are going test optional for the first time. Michelle McEnany is a college admissions specialist and founder of the College Spy.
A test optional admissions policy allows a student to apply to a college without submitting their ACT or SAT scores. The way that works is the college looks at the other parts of their application to evaluate whether they'd be a good fit for campus.
She says going test optional can also be beneficial for the schools.
They get a lot more applications. So then they reject more students because they have a certain number of places in the freshman class. And then they also appear more selective because they have a high rate of rejection.
Seattle University Provost Shane Martin says the school was already considering going test optional, but the COVID-19 pandemic accelerated their decision.
What reasons drove your college's decision to go test optional in these times?
There's evidence that suggests that these tests are biased towards certain groups and that they're not entirely predictive of success in college for high school students.
Martin believes test optional schools will eventually be in the majority.
When you see institutions with strong reputations like the University of Chicago move to test optional, that's a game changer for higher education. And we're going to see more institutions following suit.
For now, McEnany says the tests are still critical for many students, including those that are hoping for scholarships.
Students really shouldn't be saying, I don't have to worry about this because the schools I'm interested in are test optional. If your schools are test optional and your scores are great for that college, you should be submitting your scores. It could help you get in and it could help you get merited.
So many people are smart or they have the grades that they are comfortable with because they work hard, and just one test that you take on a Saturday doesn't really measure that.
John Barnes of Arlington, Virginia says the tests are an unreliable indicator of student achievement and create too much pressure on students.
I got my score back and it went down 20 points. So I just started freaking out, and then this security guard comes out. This test has driven me to go this insane that a library security guard had to come out of the library while I'm having a nervous breakdown.
David Kong, a junior in Austin, Texas, feels the opposite.
I moved here from Korea right before high school started, so I just jumped right in here. And I really had a rocky start, so my GPA isn't all that great compared to my SAT scores.
Coleman says the evidence in favor of the SAT is overwhelming.
If you put a strong score together with strong grades, admissions officers have more confidence about your background. So it is a good thing to have a measure that allows you to better compare people if used humanely in the context in which people live and learn.
And while some students disagree with the emphasis on testing, they recognize the importance of a good score in the current system, whether to get into their dream school.
A number does not determine your future, which is something that I've tried to accept, but it's hard because it still determines your future, kind of.
Or to earn financial aid.
My parents aren't the highest income, and I'm really worried about them taking on debt. I want to make sure that it's not as big of a burden for me, and the SAT was really something that I was counting on.
The class of 2021 looking for clarity for their future in the chaos of a pandemic. For the PBS NewsHour, I'm Stephanie Tsai.
And a postscript to Stephanie's report. There is more criticism of how the College Board has handled the AP exams taken at home. The board says less than 1% of students were not able to submit their exams. Students can take a makeup next month. The board also says that it tried to lay out specific guidance before the exams began. But some parents and critics have said the board has not been transparent enough about just how many students were affected. Some are angry about students having to take a makeup exam. We are posting a fuller response from the College Board on our website.